is up, YouTube? Modern Mods, and I'm back with another video today. Today, obviously, you know, I'm going to be switching out my sparks that I had in my car. I actually replaced my OEM ones at about 70,000 miles with some of these Bosches, but I am going to start progressing in the performance area, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade, thanks to my boy Godslayer, letting me know that these Laser Iridium NGKs are pretty great. They do a little bit of work, not much, but they're going to be good for what I got coming in the later days and later videos for performance-wise, so stay tuned for that. But today, I'm going to show you how to change out your spark plugs on your 2.4 multi-air. This is the Dart 200s, or whatever you want to, whatever you're using, even the I think the Jeep Renegades, I'm pretty sure that's what they are. But this is pretty simple. This is pretty much any car. This is really just how to change your spark plugs in a sense. I'm going to walk you guys through checking out your gapping, how to gap, and everything in between. So let's jump right in, guys, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, guys, so the first step is you're going to just remove your engine cover. And that's going to expose your coils. So your coils, and you can kind of just plop this thing out the way if it's in your way. Your coils are right here, the little black electrical boxes here. Those are held in by some bolts and some clips, you know, powering the coils. We're gonna take these bolts off. Okay, and the 4 bolts that are holding them on are 10mm bolts. I recommend using a socket wrench or, you know, a wrench, whatever. I'm going to use my drill though, just because I'm taking it out and I got a very sensitive, powerful, like a sensitive drill, so it's not going to crack these or anything. I'll pop those 4 bolts out and then I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, just a friendly reminder as well. If you're doing this and you just got back from the auto store, let it sit for 30 minutes or so because it's going to be kind of hot. I let mine sit for about 30 and it's pretty warm. I can still handle myself, so I'm not gonna hurt myself, but just be careful working on a hot engine. So once you take the bolts out, your coils will be able to pull out just like so. And there they are. So on these coils here on my car, you have the red tab. All you do is pry the red tab back and then push back on this bottom piece and it should come right out. There you go, like so. And just lay those off to the side real carefully. You don't want to hurt those at all. Those can be pretty expensive. And we don't need any parts breaking when you're putting new parts in, right? Okay, guys, so once you get those off and you're ready to go, your spark plugs will be down in those holes there. So basically, I got myself a socket wrench here with a spark plug socket. It's a 5/8 socket. And the reason I say spark plug is if you look in there, there's a rubber booty kind of in there. And what that does is that seats around the spark plug. So once it's off and loose, it'll actually hold it in while you pull it up. Very handy tool to have. You really want that because if you don't have that and you just got a regular 5/16 deep socket, it's going to be a pain to actually get the sparks out once you get them loose. So go ahead and just break them free ever so gently. Don't put a lot of torque on these. They will break free. They're not going to be held in like crazy. But you know, just rest it in there. And once you feel it rested in, just give it a slight turn ever so like that. And you know you're working them free. So you want to do this for all of your spark plugs. Also, guys, once you break it free, and you can get it to the point where you can twist it by hand, go ahead and just twist it by hand because it allows you to be more delicate with it and it'll give you a better reading on when this thing's actually completely loose because you'll be able to really feel how it's not really threading out anymore and it's almost kind of wobbly in a sense. And there you go. Just like that, guys. Just like that, it is out. And like I said, it's got that booty on it. And again, be careful. These are very hot if you're on a fresh engine. But there is my old auto light plugs. And they're real gooped up, but they look like they've seen better days. So let's go ahead and get all the other ones out and then go from there. Okay guys, so coming over here, you can see the comparison of the old compared to a new, and there's obviously an insanely cleanliness difference, but it's more or less you want to look at your contact point right there. So these, like I said, these guys, the old ones have about 50,000 miles on them. Not bad, but you can see it's kind of weared away and it's just not looking the best. And this is more of a performance spark anyways, so it's going to give me a little bit better, you know, idling and things like that. It's not a horsepower upgrade by any means. It's just more of an engine performance upgrade. Something good if you want to really put some load on the engine. You just want to have better spark. But yeah, they look great. And let's go into some things that you need to do before just twisting these things back in. But you are almost finished. Okay, guys, so anytime you're doing spark plugs, you really want to be careful. You really, really, really do not want to damage that right there. If you damage that, you're pretty much just destroying your spark plug in a sense. So a couple of steps you want to do when you're doing spark plugs is you want to just pick up some spark plug boot protector. It's just a little bit of grease to give you a better contact that you just want to put over the boot right there. So very simple to do. And I will show you guys how to do it as well. And it also has instructions on the back. And another thing that people don't really seem to focus on, especially, you know, if you're an amateur at this, I myself, you know, before on other cars, is gap. So you always want to look at the gap recommended for your car. By gap, I mean this right here. So this I picked up from AutoZone just to show you guys. It's $2 or so. And what it is it measures the spacing in between that and your bar up there. So basically, gap is gonna be specific per each vehicle. Not each vehicle, you know, every single one, but, you know, manufacturer. Basically, on our 200s, the 2.4s, the Darts, the Jeeps, whatever, our gap recommendation is 0.047. And that is going to be in inches. So right here on your reader, put that down so it doesn't fall, you can see the inches. So 0.47 inches is going to be right at the half and 2 notches over. So that's manufacturer. So you can get away with ranging. You could probably get away with this. But just to show you what measuring is, you want to just take your reader, start at the lowest end. Do not touch that pin though, okay? Try not to touch that pin and just kind of go until you get right there. And as you can see, right where I'm about to touch it, I was at about 0.038. So I'm almost an entire tenth off. So basically what you want to do is you want to grab a pair of needle nose or something like that and bend this bridge back just a tick and just measure. It is a little bit more tedious, but if you really want to get the proper spark and, you know, utilize spark plugs properly, you really want to make sure you take this extra step. So let me go ahead and grab my needle nose and show you what I'm talking about. So I got my needle nose. I'm staying away from the pin. And just ever so slightly, I bent it just a tiny tick. So I'm going to go and measure one more time. And it barely moved because I just bent it so small. So we're going to try one more time. Just ever so slightly. Again, a little more. And you just want to keep doing that until you get to that right point. So, like I said, tedious, but hey, worth it. And if you guys are having any issues trying to bend it, the technique I'm doing is taking my pliers, I'm grabbing on the ends, and then I'm just squeezing as hard as I can and gently prying off. And again, make sure you measure before you pull, because actually one of them I grabbed out was the perfect size. Oh, and look at that. That one is too. So I only had to do one. But now I know I'm safe, I'm secure, and I know they're gapped out properly. So let's go ahead and lube up those boots. Okay, so got your spark here. Take some, squeeze it on your finger, and just get it all around there. You don't got to be liberal with it either. You can just grease it up. Well, see, and now that wasn't so bad. So now you're all greased up. Take your spark socket, seat it in there, like so, and hand twist it in, and then just give it a couple of turns with your wrench when you're all hand twisted in. You don't need to super crank it down. It's not something you need to kill. And you are pretty much all set. The next thing is just kind of put everything back together. All right, guys, now just go ahead and put your coils back in place. Okay, once they're in place, clip them in. And then just screw them back down. All right, you are all done. Put your oven cover on and turn your car on. There you go, guys. Simple enough. You see how easy it was to do. Now go ahead and try it for yourself. Very, very easy job. And I haven't taken it out for a spin yet, but I can already tell by the idle, it's a lot smoother. Throttle response seems very clean, very smooth, no problems there. If you do run into any issues, if you turn it on and it's starting to chug or anything and it wasn't chugging before, look into your coils, make sure the clips are all the way in or anything like that. You could be getting a misfire. And again, just really make sure you don't mess with the little tip on the end of it, because that could damage it as well. Just be real careful, guys. And 30-minute job, done. And you guys got brand new sparks. So I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, you hit me up in the comments, hit me up on IG, and we'll get it figured out, guys. But thanks so much for checking me out. And until the next one, peace.